What's up, good people? Welcome to Bernard Riley Reviews, where we attack ideas and not people. Today, we're going to be looking at a really good show. I actually saw it on TV. I found out that it's a podcast, it's a YouTube channel, it's everything. It's called I Am Athlete, where a lot of really great athletes come on there. Retired athletes, current athletes. Cam Newton was on there on the episode that I saw. The episodes I'm going to be analyzing today: Chad Johnson, Brandon Marshall, and Channing Crowder. Almost forgot who I was talking about here today. Channing Crowder was on there. It's a really good show. It's a really good show. And it's those athletes, they come, they talk about a lot of issues, a lot of black male issues, and an athlete spin on it. So it's really good, really good. So I'm not exactly happy to be criticizing it today, but I got to criticize something that I saw in there because there was a clip of that show, that was clipped and used on the Black Love Instagram page. And so, whenever the Black Love Instagram page, YouTube channel, or whatever takes a clip of any black man saying anything, he probably said something that was kind of simpish. So we're going to roll the clip and listen to what Brandon Marshall said. We're going to listen to what he said, and we're going to go from there. We're going to break it down. We're going to analyze it.
Let me say why I'm going here.
It's
because look, when you find the one, and they say like, yo, this is an area where you need growth. They hold you accountable there, or they look at you and say, if you don't fix this, I'm out of there. You're gonna tighten up, right? So that's what I mean by that, right? Because there's some things about us, we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So when you find that one and you're like, I'm willing to do something that I haven't been willing to change or look at forever, that's when it's like, she might be the one.
What we're ultimately talking about is the woman giving the man an ultimatum. And what I believe, and I think what a lot of my audience would believe, is that no, the man is in a position of power, especially in a situation where he's worth millions. But if you're a man who's worth the assault, and you're handling your own business and taking care of yourself and you got everything together, no, you're the unmovable mountain. She has to bend to you. She has to go around you. So you're the one who's given the ultimatum, laying down the law and saying what it should be and what it's not going to be. But to say that I'm going to change, I'm going to bend, I'm going to tighten up because she told me that I need to tighten up on this particular issue. And that's how I knew that she was the one, because she was the one who told me what to do. Like, these are successful millionaire men. Now I understand what they were getting at. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has some areas where they need some growth and change. But I don't like the notion, the idea that we're pushing that you found the one when you found a woman who's going to challenge you. Now, granted, I already talked about, unless we're talking about some abuse, that's something or some drugs you really need to stop doing. Unless we're talking about that, that's different. If we're talking about that, we're talking about something different. But typically, what they're trying to push for, and this is something that Derek Jackson pushes for, the Black Love Channel pushes for, everybody pushes for this notion that this fiery woman who gets in your face and corrects you and straightens you up and does all of these things for you. Well, what I'm looking at is successful men who, I think they have earned the right, short of abuse and breaking the law, they've earned the right to be who they are. And I think most men have. A working, productive, competent man who's handling his business, he's earned the right to be who he is. And that woman needs to conform to him. If that woman can make him bend and be something that he wasn't, then ultimately she's changed him. She's leading him. No, he needs to make her adapt, make her change, make her be the one who's being led, who's going in a different direction. Now that she's found him, now she's going in a different direction. But it's the narrative that I'm pushing against. It's the ideas that the man is broken and needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed by that woman. And that man can only be fixed by that woman who's fiery and challenges him and pushes him and try to make him do something that he otherwise wasn't doing. The idea that we need to be fixed by women. Even when we're at the height of success, even when we're at the top of the mountain, even when we've essentially conquered man world, as much as somebody can in an American capitalist environment, becoming a professional athlete, making millions, retiring at 35, you can't do being a man better than that. Well, you can, but that's pretty high up there. That's pretty high up there. It's not, so when the narrative that is pushed out there, when we're talking about Black relationships, we're talking about men bending to the will of the woman, but that's how you know you found the one. Now, I really don't believe in the concept of the one. If you want to know how I feel about the concept of the one that they were talking about, it's a song by Tim Mitchum called "If I Didn't Have You." Sounds like a normal love song at first, but what it's really saying is, if I didn't have you, someone else would do. Yes, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're all that in a bag of chips, but you technically fall within a bell curve. I mean, if I didn't have you, it's a good chance I'd find someone similar. It's a very funny song. I highly recommend it. But the moral of the story here is this. If the overall media narrative that's being pushed is that even when a man is the king of the mountain, he still needs to be subdued and bend and twist to the will of that woman, to change things about him, to conform to her, or she, the woman with no leverage at all in that situation, is gone. And these men with all the options in the world are saying, I knew I found the one when she pushed me. When she pushed me, when she challenged me, when she did this, when she did that. That is what a man is supposed to be doing to the woman. So I have a problem with the narrative being pushed out there on a black male show that's for black men, by black men. They're saying things that are kind of bending over. But I mean, if you are a truly broken man and you got truly broken problems that need to get fixed, then okay, get fixed, get therapy, get whatever you got to do to fix your problems. But that's not what was discussed there, and that's not the angle that the Black Love show was going when they were advertising that small clip. They were advertising that small clip because they wanted to push the narrative. They wanted to push the narrative, which they always do. That woman who's feisty, who's challenging you, who's trying to change you. That's the one. That's how you know you found that good woman. No, I say otherwise. I say that woman who shows up ready to be changed and conform to you. That's a better rubric of whether you've actually found the one. But that's just my opinion. And this was Bernard Riley Reviews. Thank you for listening. Make sure you're catching the live show Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. The live show is normally live, to put it mildly. So make sure you're checking it out. A lot of times after the show goes down, it gets on Patreon. So you want to check out the Patreon page to make sure that you're not missing out on none of the action. And with that said, we are out of here. Peace.